We stayed last night at a Walmart in Tucson, and they had us park on the outside of it near the garden area. It was nice and quiet. We had no problems. We did call ahead, of course, and confirm it, and we actually shopped at the Walmart and bought some things. We're at the Coronado National Monument outside of Tucson. It's very beautiful to drive up to us. And we're getting ready to walk into the bookstore.
So there's a little storybook, tells you all about it. There's a cave here. Talks about the culture of the people, of the Indians, or native people that were here before the Spanish came. But yeah, I guess there's trails and hikes and things.
So we stopped by the visitor center, and there's no RV parking, so we took up 5 or 10 spaces to run inside real quick and get our book stamped. We're in Arizona, the Chiricahua National
Monument. More than 27 million years ago, an immersed volcano erupted and laid down 2,000 feet of highly siliceous ash and pumice, eroded into spikes and unusual rock formations found here today.
Okay, we're at the Chiricahua National Monument Visitor Center. There's the entrance as you come in right down this road, and this is the parking lot here for the visitor center. And there's no RV parking, of course.
But there is a spot right here.
And there's no really way to turn around there even. So, but there is a spot right here as you enter. Enough room for at least our size of RV we can pull in and park. That rock formation right there is what they're famous for.
This is Fort Bodie that we're headed to. It's where they Geronimo surrendered, and when you turn to go to it, it's a 8.3 mile dirt road.
So this is a trailhead that takes you down to Fort Bodie. There's handicap parking 2 miles ahead. So we had to leave our trailer. We're confused about, you're not supposed to drive down to the visitor center unless you have handicap, and we do, and you can't take anything over 24 feet down here, which our camper itself is 24 feet. So we unhooked the camper.
And there's plenty of room up there for you to unhook it if for some reason you needed to.
Yeah.
Our opinion is the best way to come in is from Bodie. Go to B, drop off your trailer. If you're handicapped, you can go into C, and if not, go on up to the trailhead. Unlike the way we came in, which was through A, the road was very, very rough. So inside the visitor center has some memorabilia, however you say that word. I'm horrible at pronouncing things. Union equipment, Springfield rifle playing stuff, and the Apaches. So we'll show you what the ruins of the old fort looks like, at least from an area upper view. So from here's a perfect view. There's the first fort ruins, and then if you go over this way is the second fort ruins. It's only a mile and a half down hike and a mile and a half hike up. It's a moderate hike. The Apaches, they knew this land real well, and they had all the mountains and stuff to hide in. Anyways, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, last night we stayed at the Cabela's here in El Paso, and they do encourage, they don't mind RVers staying overnight. There's 3 other ones here last night with us, and it's unusual because it is a shopping center. Sometimes shopping centers don't, Cabela's even don't allow for overnight parking, but this one said it's fine. We even told the manager when we got here, and he had no problem. We ate here at this place called Flick's Brew House. We got a pizza. It was kind of small, but it tasted pretty good. It was a pepperoni pizza. It was quiet all night. Not much traffic. Kind of a downhill slope as far as the camper goes, but we survived. We're at the Chamizal Cultural Center. It's on a National Historic Site, and there's a lot of parking here, a lot of RV parking even. Well, not really for RV, but there's plenty of spaces for an RV.
Chamizal was a disputed, this area here was a disputed border area between Mexico and the United States. And it went over for almost 100 years. So JFK came down and visited the Mexican president in 1962, and then in 1963 they settled an agreement, basically a treaty, that the land would have a permanent border, and the island of Cordova would be split in 2. There would be an actual cement channel that would be a permanent international boundary between the 2. And that was all decided with Kennedy in 1963. And of course, he got assassinated. They started building the canal in 63. And in 1968, President Johnson came down with the president of Mexico, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. They did a handshake and they threw a switch and the water started flowing. So now there's an international border and no more a border dispute. So that's what the memorial is about. If you're in the El Paso area, it takes you probably a half hour to visit. So now we are headed to
Fort Davis,
which is about 3 hours.
An hour, yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 hours exactly to there. Another place that's close to here that it's about an hour or so away is the Guadalupe Mountains. So if you're into backpacking and stuff, you can go visit there from El Paso. Tonight we're going to an RV park. I don't remember what the name of it is off the top of my head. Let me look it up. I have a piece of paper that I keep all this stuff on. Tonight we're going to Marathon Motel and RV park, so we'll see what that's like. If you're traveling from El Paso to San Antonio and your GPS tells you to get off on another road, double check it, because what GPS had us do was get off the freeway, go down the side road, Business 10 is what it really was, about 3 miles, and then cross over both lanes of I-10 to go on I-10 again towards San Antonio. And all it served for purpose was there was an inspection gate for semis and a border check process area that you had to stop at. So I guess the GPS didn't want us to have to stop at the inspection site, but it's really dangerous to cross. You're crossing I-10 and then you have to get back on I-10. And on a side note, what do you call this? Our display for the truck has went haywire. I wiped the dust off. And it seems to be spazzing a little. Hopefully when we shut it off and turn it back on, it'll stop flipping. It thinks it's on like squirrel mode.
This is Fort Davis, named after Jefferson Davis, who was the Secretary of War at the time. Seems to be very pretty out here.
There's the Butterfield Overland Mail Company. That was the stagecoach company that traveled through these parts. Glad we don't have those hats anymore. Yeah, not much protection there. But you had some little buddies when you woke up in the morning in the form of rattlesnakes.
Period of 30 days, by direction of the Secretary of War, E.D. Thompson, Adjutant
listen to
General. Sir, the
That's the enlisted men's barracks.
Been restored.
Old buckboard wagon. 2 or 4 mule Army escort wagon. Basically a pickup truck in the old days. Saddle. Horse is kind of thin. There's a tent like we saw inside. They did have a ground cloth though. I'm surprised they even had that. There's an 8. It's the mess hall and the kitchen both, isn't it? Yeah.
But it was
Here's the restored barracks. Not much has changed. Looks like our basic training barracks basically. This is a guardhouse they used from 1882 to 1891. It does date back to the 1890s. So this was a commissary, and it's basically a grocery store. They supplied people up to 140 miles away. Had a granary, commissary. Chapel was nearby, and the bakery was. So basically 500 people here. And this is where you came to get your coffee or whatever you wanted. Across the street from the commissary was a...
the regional band barracks.
This was the commanding officer's quarters. This is the bedroom. Okay, we're at the Marathon RV Park. We're in lot number 10 here. And it's nothing to write home about. But there's wide enough here. We got to unhook our trailer. It wasn't long enough. We could stay hooked up. So we had to unhook. And they have full hookups. I mean, there's electric, sewer, water. It's everything you need. It's not bad. There's a train track kind of across the street, and Union Pacific goes there quite often, it seems. But that's the only noise. And there's a highway. I don't know if you can hear the cars. But they'll soon be gone. But if you look over here, you stay longer. We're just here overnight, so we're not going to take advantage of anything. But we also have these cabins. But they have this like courtyard area. It's really nice. With a big fire pit in the middle. Almost like a chapel or some sort of up front. But there's a fire pit. And if you walk in, they got a place here where they can start a fire in their fireplace if they wanted to. Looks like across by the office, they've got an adobe oven over there. Anyway, it's real nice. Tonight they're having this is a dark sky area because there's no town real close by. So they're having a guy with a telescope, maybe tonight. She doesn't know if he's going to be here tonight or not. It is a little cloudy, so we'll see.
It ended up being too cloudy to see through the telescope. We did make it all the way back to Ohio. We just didn't record the last part because we had to get back for Jim to be able to work. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And you should hit the notification bell so that you know when our next video is out there. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.